voice.
I don't know if you're genuine or not every time you say that.
I also don't know. Recording in progress. I just love how she says it. And I love how, like, I don't know, it feels very, like, passive aggressive. Like, as passive aggressive as an AI can be, I guess.
Is it an AI or an actual voice actor?
It sounds like AI.
I don't know. Well, anyways,
I don't know.
welcome back to the Right Amount of Unhinged podcast where a couple best friends talk about whatever we want. Holy shit. I'm tired. I've been clocking a lot of hours. So if my energy is down, I'm not sorry. I'm just warning you.
I'm just warning you. I mean, I'm depressed, so.
Right. So
Your boy is unemployed.
Yeah, so we're having a week to say the least. So we're not talking about anything personal today. We're just gonna be scouring through fucking Reddit.
One of my favorite subreddits.
Right. So what is this called? Shit mom groups say?
Shit mom groups say. These people are fucking wild. And now that I don't have a job anymore, I can talk about what my job was a little bit more openly. I worked for a baby monitor company. I just got laid off. They just laid off like the entire company. So I have been for the past like 4 years, just so inundated in fucking batshit crazy new parents, not like normal new parents, not like people that like have a baby and are just like, okay, like I'm a parent now and I have a baby. Let me do things that involve this baby. These are that I've been dealing with are the unhinged, entitled psychopaths that utilize monitors in lieu of being near their child. The amount of times I have had a person call or email me being like, I had to sit with my baby. And it was like, yeah, that's it's having a baby. Or the ones that are like absolutely fucking bonkers and they're like, my baby cried for a half an hour and I didn't get notified through the app. And it's like, okay, my guy, here's a couple things. One, if you knew your baby was crying for a half an hour, why'd you wait for the app to tell you? Two, why are you mad at me when you left your baby to cry for a half an hour? Three, if you can tell me that your baby was crying for a half an hour, then you heard when it started and you could have utilized your ears instead of the app.
I don't know what the words what words I want to use.
Some of these people are fucking crazy. And like I said, there's the normal people that like just have babies and become a parent and do that. And then there's the ones that I had to work with and am now sharing with you and the 7 people that are going to watch this episode that post shit online in baby groups. And it's like, why is it harder for me to adopt a puppy than it is for you to just go ahead and have a baby?
Do you want the economic answer or do you want like a funny answer? Because I can't give you the latter, so I'm just gonna we're just gonna keep going if you don't want the economic.
We're just gonna keep going
if you don't want the economic political answer.
Insane. I love this shit.
Yeah, so we're gonna read a few, or you're gonna read a few because I can't function.
I'll happily read. I'm fucking cracked out in a full manic episode by utilizing thanks Panera for your recharge drinks. It's the strawberry lemon mint. It tastes like a kiwi strawberry Snapple. And it has so much caffeine and sugar that I might be like a meth addict now from how much shit is just in this drink. And I currently still have their like Panera's like free drink thing where it's like $12 a month and you can get a free drink every 2 hours.
That's crazy to me.
It's crazy. And it's absolutely beautiful because I am just in a state of mania thanks to Panera. So thanks, Panera.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
She pays the $12 a month.
I do. And this is the last month because now, again, we reference the unemployed. I can no longer buy the $12 a month. So Panera, sponsor me now.
If anyone wants to sponsor or anything, feel free to email us at unhinged@gmail.com.
I'm poor and I have nothing but time now. So I can just promote things on the internet like Neopets because Neopets is back.
Oh, did it disappear?
So, like, no, but it's been getting like shittily managed and like
Oh,
wasting billions of dollars a year being run at like just an absolute deficit. And somebody took it over now. And they're like doing a bunch of shit to like revamp the website and the games and everything.
oh, okay.
So if you've been sleeping on Neopets as a millennial after the early 2000s, it's time to come back.
PSA.
PSA. Okay. So shit mom groups say. Should
Mm-hmm.
I do the normal thing where I open a thing, send it to you, and then that way you have it and I'll read it out?
If you could, please. Thank you.
Absolutely. So I just sent you one. I love
Mm-hmm.
this one.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a weird question. Please don't judge. Praying hands emojis, stressed face emojis. Is it true that if you get pregnant by someone you are related to, even if it's far down the line to where it's legal, could your kid be born being deformed? I have a son already, but my husband and I are having our first together. Our relationship is legal, but we are worried. Our son is due August.
I like want to know how she defines legal. Like,
So in some of the Midwest states that are very, very white, you can marry like second and third cousins, and like that's okay
yeah, like
and legal.
how,
Some
like
states you can marry your first cousin, so you could marry your uncle's kid, and it's legal, and like that seems like enough for some people.
I, um, first of all, when you said praying hands emoji, do you know that that's not the praying, like it's not praying
It's
hands.
like clapping or like
It's like
high
clapping, but like
fives.
obviously like
Yeah,
that
it's
Apple's wrong.
praying hands.
I use
Yeah,
it as like I'm
like
praying. Yeah.
yeah, they can call it whatever they want, but like
Yeah. But like if
it's
anyone
praying
else that's
hands.
listening to this didn't know that, here's your little tidbit fun fact of the day. Um,
Here's your fun fact of the day.
could your kid be born being deformed? Also, like, man, this grammar, or it's either I cannot read or like this grammar is like shot. Like, the answer is yes. If
The
you're
answer is yes.
if you're just genetically like if this is a legal marriage, whatever the fuck that means in law, like biologically, yes. Have you seen all of England? Like,
Have you
hello?
seen all of England? Have you seen British people?
Oh my
Yes,
God.
they're going to be jacked up.
Yeah, like no, there's no way that your son isn't gonna come out with some unfortunate genetic disorder.
Well, yeah, it sounds like the first kid was not by a relative, but the second kid is gonna have very diluted blood. Their 23andMe is gonna just be four people. I just
Jesus.
sent you another banger. Are you
Yeah,
reading
I
it?
just I just opened it up. I was just thinking about the kid, the deformed kid. I mean, hopefully the
Kid.
kid isn't deformed, but like the
Fingers
chances,
crossed.
yeah.
Ideally, since it's legal, they won't be too bad off since they're not like their parents aren't like siblings or whatever. But like, hey, easy family reunions for meeting the kid.
Sure.
Not
Here's
a lot of reach out needed, I guess.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, all right, next one before I go into a whole thing.
Next one we have from Australia. I had a friend today call me in tears, and I felt for her because I'm sure there are many who have done it before. She ran into the shops and, yes, left her kids in the car as she said it was horribly windy outside and cold, and she just needed to get a few things. They are 3 and 1 and were happy listening to Wiggles in the car. She said she absolutely would have left them for no longer than 13 minutes, but more likely 10 at most, because the queue was huge. But that's when she looked at the clock, driving into and away from the shops. She said she came back to the car with another mother and father in the car next to her, saying that she should not leave her kids and that they were on the phone to the cops. She didn't respond, and then the man yelled out, "It's illegal." I guess I'm just asking for her, is it illegal? Will she now have some kind of record? I'm just trying to ease her anxiety as she was quite upset about it all. And surely, as a mum myself, I may have given her the benefit of the doubt before getting into the cops and making a huge deal of it. Asterisk, nice, supportive comments only.
Oh my God. Uh, um, I think I lost it when it said nice supportive comments only.
Nice, supportive comments only.
I
Like, then you know it's not good. Then you know intrinsically this was bad. And not for nothing, when your argument as to why you are leaving your two children in a car is that it's windy, I come on.
either leave them home or don't go out.
Well, you can't leave babies home either. You can't leave them in the car. You
Assuming,
also can't leave them at home.
well, assuming that you have someone at home. Obviously, I'm assuming that she didn't, which is why she brought them over. But also, just then
Well, like,
stay
just
home,
bring them in this door then.
or just stay home if you don't want to fucking go out and it's windy with your kids.
DoorDash that shit, babe. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know how Australia is, but like I don't know, they're in the upside down. I feel like it's a different world
They're in
over
the
there.
upside down. Listen,
Um,
I don't have a baby. I don't really know much about babies. But like I'm gonna say windy, not a great argument for leaving
what?
babies
I mean,
unattended in a vehicle.
God forbid they got stolen. You know,
Like
like
got stolen. I mean, my more pressing concern is like, I don't care if you leave the window cracked like I do, for a dog in good temperature, but like they could die. Babies are not known for their resilience. Babies are not known for being very high on the survival chain.
yeah, especially at one. I mean, three too, but one, because we've heard like probably news stories about some parent leaving their fucking 18 month old
In the
like,
car for a couple minutes, and
and they
and
like
look,
overheated and died. Like, hello. Um, so they're dumb. Good for people calling the cops as opposed to just like
nice
leaving.
supportive comments only.
There were like 22 answers on that. But like all like the on the bottom it said angry, so I'm like, I wonder if they're all negative comments.
I wonder if they're all negative comments, and the poster is just like, I asked for nice comments. I
Or they
didn't need
deleted
to get
they probably deleted
dogpiled.
it. They probably deleted the thing anyway, the post. Oh my God. Some people shouldn't be parents. I don't know. We make this argument
A
every
lot
week,
of
I feel
people
like.
shouldn't be parents.
Mm-mm. No, thank you.
So this is a person that was apparently removed from uh, a group and made her own because she was banned.
Okay, cool. This is a
So
carousel of posts. Holy
get
shit.
it, girl.
Okay, so she's all right, go ahead.
Okay. So the first post shown here is what is everyone doing? Why aren't y'all awake? What do you mean your kid didn't stay up till 12 a.m.? That's weird. Can't relate. We
Wait.
stayed up
2 a.m. That says 2.
2 a.m. 2 a.m. What do you mean your kid didn't stay up till 2 a.m.? That's weird. Can't relate.
All right.
We stayed at my mom's tonight because my nieces and nephew are here visiting. She ordered DD, which I would assume is DoorDash, for dinner, and she didn't even get me a Dr. Pepper. The audacity.
Oh my God.
Yes, before you ask, I have shunned her. But as payback, I drank a whole entire bottle of their nice wine by myself. Fingers crossed I'm able to throw up on their 6K rug as payback. Praying hand, praying hand, praying hand. LMAO JK. She would literally try to physically fist fight me, and I've been down that road. Ha 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 ha. They would literally tell me I have to work it off. Ma'am, no. Bye. I don't give a fuck anymore. I will throw this rug in the fucking lake based off this whole fake scenario I made up in my head.
What the fuck?
Am I losing it? Maybe. Probably. I don't know. But I'm still a fantastic mom, and that's all I care about. I jumped at the trampoline park all day, and my knees are broken. But don't forget to play with the kiddos. Heart hands. You might find it heals a bit of your inner child in the process. Girl,
That
what? Girl, what? This is just unhinged rambling.
So can BetterHelp.com sponsor us? So I can go send this person a fucking code, 10% off code off your first fucking
Yeah, dude, let
therapy
me just
session.
send people stuff.
Because like this is absolutely batshit crazy. She literally like disassociated in the whole middle of that and was like, "Oh, this whole fake scenario made up in my head." I'm like, "All right, so she's back. So she's back to. Oh my God, I just don't know. Because of the Dr. Pepper,
Because of Dr. Pepper, she didn't even get me a Dr. Pepper.
you could just go
I
get
don't
a
know,
Dr.
man.
Pepper."
This whole thing, like, it reminisces about my first email when I was like 20 to a therapist trying to get seen. And they called me and they were like, "Hi, you're in danger. Come in immediately."
We need you in right now. That's too funny. This
Any
person needs
therapist that see
help.
this, they need immediate assistance.
Yeah, if you're a therapist, I don't know how you're gonna reach out to this person, but here the info is in the description. Y'all can find that person. Also that's a mother.
That's a mother. That person
Like
has a child. There is a human dependent on this person, but she's a fantastic mom.
Right, because she jumped on the trampoline with her
to
kiddos.
heal her inner child.
You're not healing anything, son. Like that ain't healing. You're deflecting something.
You're deflecting, actually.
Oh my God. Ew. Ew.
We've got more from Miss Girl.
Yeah, there's four of these. Go ahead.
Okay. And like, okay, i.e.
Ugh.
Okay. I've posted about this exact topic like 25 times, but I'm about to start my cycle and on my second glass of wine. So I'm emotional. I'm actually a super emotional person in general, but I'm sad. I guess piggybacking off my last post, I really miss and desire true companionship. I don't think she's referencing the post we just read. I think it's probably like
Right,
another post that
right,
she
right,
wrote.
yeah.
Um, I have great friends and people I love and love me back, but I'm really desiring that romantic love. Like, I feel like I'm borderline desperate,
Can we
but like
pause?
not borderline, like
Yeah,
border
that's what
line.
like like a border. Not
Like
actually
a
not
like
like not actually. It's border like the like a plank of like a board.
yeah, like a plank of wood, like a border. Like
Like did not spell that right. Go ahead. Sorry, people.
I don't make that known to other people. There's a lot of hyphens here, but the people that know me best know it.
Pause.
I know. Pause.
Uh the hyphens, this person like that is not a straight thing. That's a bisexual thing. Like
That's a bisexual thing.
like
Oh fuck,
like
I use hyphens. Oh dude.
yeah.
Womp womp.
So go on.
Womp womp. Learn something new about yourself all the time. I am not an individual real person. I am the amalgamation of every bisexual woman that has ever come before me.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
I know everyone is going to say it isn't me, but I really feel like it is. Ma'am, I can guarantee you it's you. Anyone that says it isn't you is most assuredly lying to keep your batshit crazy ass off of them.
Uh-huh.
Because, like, what am I missing? This might sound super narcissistic, hyphen,
Hyphen.
but I think I have a great personality. I'm funny, I'm fun, I'm open and vulnerable when appropriate. I take care of myself and always try to look my best. I'm educated. I can hold an intellectual conversation. I'm interested in all kinds of different things, from raves to tennis to fishing to basically everything else. Those, like, why the fuck are those the things you chose? But, like, go off, I guess.
That's
I'm
so
just
weird.
taking it really hard, I guess. I've taken the time to heal. I used to be such a hard bitch who didn't give a fuck about anyone. I could and was that person who could hook up, and I would be the one to never respond ever again. But then I put in the work and I healed, and now it's the opposite. I just want someone to love me the way I love myself. And it's like blue eyes, bottom face after that.
Bottom, yeah. The ones that bisexuals
The
use as
bottom
well.
emoji. I use that
Um,
emoji a lot as a bisexual bottom. I use hyphens and the bottom face a lot.
I use the former over the latter a lot, so like I'm like there. So as someone that is super desperate to just have a fucking boyfriend right now, I'm not about this life.
I don't know. I think you should
Like
make a Facebook post about how you love things from raves to tennis to fishing to basically everything else.
I go
Because
to
what else needs to be mentioned after raves, tennis, and fishing? That encompasses everything, honestly.
no, go to therapy. So so that's a differentiating factor between the two of us. Um, she hasn't healed. I'm still gagged that she's a mother and posting this shit.
I've
Like,
put in the time.
as in what? Like what time? Like
I've
five
taken the
seconds?
time to heal.
Right. By
I used to be such a hard bitch. I'm shitting. I can't.
I oh my God. No, I can't. Like a lot of hyphens are throwing me off. It's
All the functions.
I can hold an intellectual conversation is throwing me off because I
I
don't believe that.
I would bet no. I would bet that's incorrect.
Because like what is it?
Unless it's about raves, tennis, or fishing, I guess. I don't know.
But what
Maybe
is
those
it?
three things.
But like intellectual can mean different things to different people. So like, and she's also very emotional apparently because she's on like her second glass of wine and on her cycle. Just on my
But she's
cycle.
actually a super emotional person, just in general.
I again was gagged when she was like, what is it? About to start my cycle. Just say you're PMSing or you're on your fucking period. Like, what are you
Start my
doing here?
cycle. Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna say that now. I'm starting my cycle. You guys
I'm
can't
about
talk
to
to me
start
for
my
2 weeks.
cycle, so just saying, be prepared.
Um, no, she's actually desperate. Is my conclusion of that. She what did she say again? I like am going back and forth between screens and I cannot focus my eyes. Where did she say that she thinks that she's desperate? I feel like I'm border there it is. The borderline desperate. No.
Borderline.
Nah, girl. Just take out I feel or feel like I'm borderline like
Just
I am
I'm desperate.
desperate.
That's it. That's fine. Just like hyphen I'm desperate. Everything else can be omitted. That's fine.
That could have been a post. That could have been a whole post, and Tumblr would have
That could have been
replied
the
that
whole post.
50 million times.
I don't make that known to other people. I just don't believe that.
I don't know.
I really don't believe that.
You posted it.
If you're writing about this on Facebook, I'm a guess that you walk in a room and immediately the stench of desperation is just dripping off the walls. Like there becomes a physical manifestation of your desperation in like condensation, just fucking everywhere.
Yeah, the your environment, like your physical environment is just like
Your
desperation.
physical environment is just desperation.
I just
And then
scrolled
I
to
know
the
this post had four, but like I'm
yeah.
gonna drop the last one because it's just her like closing out and being like, I don't like y'all anyway.
I scrolled to the next one. What the fuck is this?
Any other degenerates want to start a Snapchat chat? Perks, hyphen. You will probably get to see my dance moves on the regular. Babe, no one wants to watch you drink a bottle of wine and then dance on Snapchat. Nobody wants that.
Who you
Nobody wants it. Like, just tell me you're trying to start a Snapchat premium because you don't know how OnlyFans works. And
I don't even know
like,
what that is.
Snapchat premium, oh, you pay people. It's literally Snapchat's OnlyFans. You pay to like see people's like private snaps.
I think a big red flag for me is that if you use Snapchat.
Yes. Yes.
Because the amount of guys
Yes.
that are like, you have Snapchat, I'm like, this isn't going anywhere.
No, because I'm an adult and I'm not interested in that. Thank you. I'm not
Yeah, I'm
like
like,
I'm not on Tinder because I'm not looking to sex you. Look, if you use Snapchat and you're using it for what you know you're using it for, then like whatever, live your best life. I'm gonna be judgy about it because like I'm grown and like I feel like I have never been an appropriate age to have Snapchat. Snapchat, I was already too old when that shit started, and I was like, I'm too old for this shit. But I know far too many people around our age bracket that like just use Snapchat on the regular.
yeah, when it came out, I had it, but I didn't use it because like, why would I use it when I have Instagram or Twitter? Like, what you can
Yeah.
go find my inner thoughts on Twitter if you really cared. But a lot of people still have it and use it. Primarily men, I've
It's a
noticed.
big thing on the dating table because they probably have Snapchat fucking premium and they're paying girls. And it's like, listen, all right, I don't give a shit. I've done, whatever. And like,
Oh, okay. Well,
it is what it is.
I guess we're doing
Um,
that today. I guess that's
but
that's
like, I don't
out in the open.
understand. Like, just Google boobies. Go on Reddit. I don't understand. Like, as someone that benefited from this sadness, like, why are you paying for it? Not to
Um,
fuck everybody's business model and like all the girls that are like, shut your mouth. But like, why are you paying for it? Just go on the internet. Like, just use the internet
right, because
for
it's so
free.
much free stuff. Um, the I want to say elitist, but I don't think that's the right word. Exclusivity, maybe. Like the fact
It's
that
like the
you
delusion that like
yeah, it's like
the
for
girl that
you.
you're paying
It's like
is
for
like,
you.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah.
baby, it's not.
It's just to get the fucking coin, honestly. It's just literally just like give me some money.
Dude, you are getting macro responses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
These are business women that are giving you macro replies with pre-taken and edited photos that are going to you.
Yeah, yeah. If they had a PR team, they'd be like, if they say this, put this through. Like
Like these
they're
girls are
not.
starting to get smart. They're using ChatGPT. They're not fucking. You
Mhm.
are like,
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But I mean, back to Snapchat. That's a mother again. Wanting to see her dance moves on the regular. No, thank you, ma'am.
no, I'm good. I'm gonna hard pass.
And if
Thanks
you
for the offer.
and if you are listening and you have Snapchat, reconsider. Relax.
Reconsider if you are above the age of 30 and you are like actively using
Snapchat as your form of
Snapchat,
communication.
like, what are you fucking doing? One of my friends, from my job that I no longer have, he is in the dating realm and like trying to use the dating apps and stuff. And he's like, all of them are like fucking like, oh, do you have Snapchat? And I'm like, why do I have to have Snapchat to talk to you? Like, I'll talk to you anywhere else. Why does it have to be Snapchat? I'm like, because they're gonna talk to you for a little bit and then be like, you could pay. to see
It's a
these
business
things.
model. It's a business model.
It's a business model. Like,
I'll
girls,
take
like, get
Discord.
your,
I'll
like,
take Discord, even though that's kind of a
dude,
red
that's
flag.
fine. That's embarrassing. I use Discord now because all the people that no longer work at the job that I had, we all talk on that now because I fucking hate text messages, like group chat things. That's awful. So it's just Discord, which is fine because it's already on my computer. So whatever. But like, if anyone told me as I'm approaching 32 to download Snapchat, I'd be like, that's fine. We're clearly at like different points in our lives. And like, we just simply don't need to talk then. That's okay. If my option to talk to you is Snapchat or not, then I guess we just don't need to talk. That's okay.
Right. Because if it's like, because I'm on Hinge. So like, if it's like, because Hinge gets spotty, and so does the other like Coffee Meets Bagel. I'm on that one
Sure,
too.
absolutely.
They
Their
get
messaging
spotty.
sucks.
It's
Yep.
shitty, obviously, because it's like, all right, connect, and it's like, all right, just go get your number, or whatever. But like when it's like your options are, do you have Snapchat or Instagram? I'm like, I don't go on either anymore. So I'm like, not really. Just give me
Yeah,
your
like
fucking phone number, because like that information, I don't care. Like if you have my fucking phone number, like
okay, so I
whatever.
was very different. I did not like giving my phone number. You had to
I
talk to me for
don't
like a
care.
fucking minute to get my phone
Well,
number.
yeah, I wasn't like all of a sudden the first day. I'm like, all right, give this like a month, and I'm like, all right,
So
fine.
I gave Instagram. I would give Instagram. That's fine because especially like you can't really find my Instagram unless I like add you.
Mhm.
Which I found out like confirmed because my my family members tried to find my Instagram and they were like, "Did you block me?" I'm like, "No, you just can't find. You just literally can't find me unless I add you." So like just give me your Instagram and I'll message you and that's fine. But like, no, I'm not giving you my phone number. And like guys would get like pissy and they're like, just give me your number. And I'm like, no, like first of all, I give you the first boundary I give you, you're already like giving me a hard time. And like this is like clearly just not
Yeah.
gonna work out.
Hmm.
But like,
I
no, I will not use Snapchat.
no.
Or like the ones that have their Snapchat like in their bio.
I think that's the
That's so weird.
fucking
That's
funniest thing.
so weird.
Immediately, like, no. Immediate
Why
no.
is your Snapchat just instantaneously there? Like, I'm good, thank you, though.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, no, thank you.
No, thank you. Oh, I've sent you one. We've got an anonymous member.
Sure. Hmm.
How would you handle announcing a pregnancy when you just had a baby? I am currently 4 weeks postpartum and very likely could be pregnant. I'm waiting to test for another few weeks. I know our families will have nothing good to say since we are already so tight financially and the judgment from it being so soon. It was not our purpose to get pregnant if I am. Would you announce it like normal and like nothing is different? Would you try to hide it or just tell immediate family and let others figure it out as they go?
God.
Why this is so controversial for those of you that don't know, you are not supposed to put anything up in there for at a barest minimum of 6 weeks after giving birth. If you had a C-section or vaginally gave birth, you are not supposed to get anything up in there at risk of like sepsis from a bacterial infection of putting up like flesh stick inside of there. If you think you are pregnant at 4 weeks postpartum,
Go to the
that is
hospital.
wild. And I don't think you understand human biology or anatomy at all. And you need to like immediately go see a doctor
I
because you might have being pregnant is low possibility, but an infection is a wildly high possibility.
I the education system in this country about female bodies is so deranged. I don't like I you would think that as like humans, just in general, would know to take care of your body postpartum, like for an extended period of time, because like your body's adjusting back to your normal hormone like levels. Like your body also just went through a traumatic experience physically. Like yes, emotionally you're probably like, great, I have a kid, like this is great. I mean, I'm not generalizing everyone. Like some people are like, all right, this fucking sucks. I have a kid. Fair, but like as like just like humans and also just like mammals, like why do we not have that cognizant thing of like, I just gave birth. I don't think I should put anything else in my body because I'm literally healing. Like I don't know why no one has like a thought in their brain. I guess it's not just education system, but just like the critical thinking has been just completely just shattered.
Gone. Literally gone.
Like
I
what like why did you think that having sex within a 4 week period of just having a kid would be safe for your body?
Unprotected sex. Just
Right. Just if
right
you
after that literal physical trauma your body just went under. There's Bastion strolling in. Hi, baby.
I don't have my dog with me today, so
Oh, rip.
it's okay.
Hi. He just got home from the groomer, so he's sad and tired.
He's probably so tired.
He's so tired.
Well, I'm tired of this fucking woman. Like, what do you mean 4 weeks postpartum? What are you fucking talking
Um,
about?
I'm scrolling and reading some of the comments, and some people are like, "You, like, when I gave birth to my baby, my doctor was already like talking to me about birth control." And I was like, "What the fuck? Why?" And they're like, "You would be surprised at how many women return to their 6 week checkup already pregnant." Like, imagine giving birth and then being pregnant 6 weeks later.
But I
Like,
think I also think though, just rereading this, the issue in this person's head isn't that it's they're tight like financially tight and judgment upon that as opposed to like her well-being and her family's well-being. Because like God forbid you to get sepsis and just a fucking just all this, that's a bigger trauma than being judged by your family.
so many of these people, they just like think they should just like be allowed to just have babies and like
I also think that so yes, I can agree. I also think that they just like are so like not past the 20-year-old like I'm invincible complex that we had. So it's like yeah, I can do whatever I want because that's just my body, my choice, which I'm not that. But I mean in a responsible adult manner, especially if you're already a mother. Because once you have not even just being a mother, but just like in a relationship, like that's not all you. Like you can't just do whatever the fuck you want anymore. Like in any relationship, doesn't have to be like a romantic one. Like, it's just like that ain't just all you. Like I don't know why these people are just like I'm gonna do whatever I want because that's
I'm
my
gonna do
life.
whatever. Yeah, like
What are we 12? I don't understand people.
girl, what are you doing trying like accidentally getting pregnant shortly after having a baby? Absurd.
That's so stupid.
In the same vein, we've got somebody that posted I think 2 or 3 days ago. So that would be this post was made July probably like 18th, I would say.
Hmm.
And it says July 11th birth givers. When are you planning to have sex again, if ever? Laughing, crying emojis. JK, I already have. And I'm just looking for some other sluts to make me feel better about my life choices. But for real, I can't keep my hands off my man. You had a baby 1 week ago, and
Yeah,
you have already had sex.
like when this is posted online, it's gonna be like this person gave birth like 2 weeks ago, legitimately. Like, um, also there's 223 comments on this and 60 like reactions, and a few of them are like thumbs ups, the surprise emoji, and the laughing emoji. Um, I agree with the what is this, the title? This is so unsafe.
Yes.
I think that's a very good summary of what the fuck this is. It really is just so unsafe. Like you can't like why are people so horny? Like please stop for a second. Like just stop.
Like, just use critical thinking for like a minute.
People don't
Like,
have
if
that.
you're having such a hard time and you gotta rub one out, like, fine. But be
Fine.
safe about it and like don't have full on penetrative sex right
I
after you
will
have had a baby.
I will also say your partner needs to also be like, you need to fucking stop. Like, we can't do this. But obviously, like, it's two people not critically thinking, which I think is
Well,
worse
this
than
is
just
probably
one.
the kind of guy that like made the joke in the delivery room. Like,
Oh yeah.
can you give her that extra stitch? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Which I can't believe is still like a thing that people say.
still a thing that people say
Because
and do.
like
Like,
how
there
how
are
about
still doctors that do it.
I know, yeah.
And like,
Just knock my
aside from
shit
it
out. I don't
being
need it.
so violently dangerous to the woman, they're just like,
But
tighten it up.
again,
Like, bruh.
it's like people looking out just for themselves and not like the whole picture. It's so fucking annoying. I'm so sick and tired of those people. Can't wait to go to therapy later. Be like, this is people are annoying.
Therapy later. Be like, did you know that the husband stitch is still a thing? Did you know that doctors still do that? Because they do.
So people are just having sex right after they give birth. That's weird. Oh my God. Um, also, she just threw the word slut in there. I'm like, what are you saying?
Any other sluts like me? Like, girl, what?
What? To make me feel better about my life choices. AKA, you know you did something wrong.
The poster put a lot of people were saying like, LOL, me too. I couldn't wait either. And it's like, the fuck is wrong with you? The fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Truly.
I don't know the answer to that question. I think it's so vile.
And like I've seen some of this shit and like it's like literally so sad because these people are like the commenters on like the post like on the Reddit post are like, dude, it's probably those people that are like, well, my husband like kept pressuring and pressuring and like if I didn't give in, like he would have found it somewhere else. And it's like, why are you with such trash men?
I was gonna say then that's just you shouldn't be in that toxic situation. But I mean, and like it's so sad because it's like I don't know. I don't know the right words to say anything about that man or I think it's just like so toxic. I don't know. Find yourself a different person. But they're not strong enough to do that. So it's like they're
Yeah.
at a loss. Like it's a lose-lose.
They're
So
like they're like, well, he's really great, except for the whole pressures me into having sex when I really don't want to and then threatens to cheat on me. But like besides that, he's like a fantastic partner. And it's like, well, that's a big one, babe. That's a
big
big
red
one.
flag.
That's a big problem.
And of
Please
course,
stop minimizing assault in your relationship.
I know. And like, like it's so hard to probably get out of those situations anyway. So it's like you just reason yourself out of it. So it's like hard. If that was the situation, that sucks. But if you're just like blatantly just like not thinking about the consequences of your own body and like what it could possibly do to you and like you could possibly die.
It's this like not me mentality where they're like they see these things online and they're like so rare, doesn't happen all that often, could never be me. And it's like, but it could. But it
Yeah.
could. It's like it's the same with the people, the parents that ignore the safe sleep guidelines for babies under 1 and
Mm-hmm.
like put them in cribs with like blankets and stuffed animals. And they're like, look how cute the crib is. And it's like, yeah, that's adorable as long as you empty it before the baby's alone in there. And they're like, no, I want them to have all these soft things. And it's like,
If they're gonna die. But that's fine, I guess.
or the
Ugh.
ones that like do natural birthers,
Oh
like the
my
natural
God.
home birthers.
Oh my God.
That shit, these are the ones that are screaming that abortion shouldn't be available, but they're like, well, if I give birth and the baby dies, like that was the plan.
That was
That
God's
was
plan.
God's plan for the baby. And it's like, no, if a person trying to get an abortion is gonna be like put on trial for murder, like you should also, because you did nothing to ensure the safety and like
Hmm.
safe delivery of that human life, which is actually a human life. That one was actually supposed to be alive. And like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
your ignorance and your refusal to do anything is literally what killed it. But like, no,
I
go off and tell me that someone at 4 weeks pregnant like shouldn't be able to get medical intervention.
I don't know what God complex people have anymore.
Straight women. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Um straight, affluent, typically. I'm not saying all because I don't know what their situation is.
Honestly, no, affluence is not the problem anymore. It is
White.
just as bad in poverty. These people think that they just should get to have this gamble and play this game.
And I wonder if we can, I mean, I don't want to blame the Trump administration for everything,
But I mean,
but
they can carry a lot of it.
it is a lot of that because or it was
It's these like
so
pseudo fake Christians that like
yeah.
don't actually understand the religion at all and don't understand what science is.
'Cause I don't know if they've just been around and because of the okayness of what Trump has did in his office that like all of a sudden they're all online. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep.
Or it truly was just like with the rise of just social media too, like it all just became one shit show.
Ignorance and lack of education and like the pushing for the abstinence only sex education that remains in so many states. These
Hmm.
people just don't know any better and think that like, oh, yeah, no, that's fine. And like don't understand how that is so wrong, but like demonize like abortion more.
Literally, and like it goes back to like, and this is such a simple thought um exercise for people if they actually do think if Jesus came down today on this fucking earth and was and judged you by it's a simple if you're really Christian or Catholic or whatever, it's a very simple thought exercise that you can do literally. You don't have to go to church to do this. You can do this in 2 seconds.
You can do it right now. You can pause this and do it right now.
If Jesus Christ came down here and saw what the fuck you're doing to your fellow neighbors, what would he think? It is a simple thought process. And if you are doubting yourself in some aspect and thought and like whatever that you're doing, you know that you're wrong. Like it's a very simple thought
Yeah, but they
process.
live in these echo chambers
I know, and
where
that's the
they just
issue.
ping back and forth between each other. And these are the same people that like get a tattoo across their like back that says like only God can judge me. But like then walk around like casting judgment on like everybody else. And it's like, well,
Well,
say it
well,
again, but slowly. Say it
right.
again, but slowly. As a pagan, your dude Jesus would be like pretty chill with me, I'm pretty sure. He'd be like, yeah, you're all right. Like we'd be fine. Me and him would get along. We'd like high five and like move on about our days.
Well, yeah. But like the actual like people that is following him, like,
The people
whoops.
that are, standing outside Planned Parenthood screaming that they're Christians with
Yeah.
signs admonishing people to hell. It's like, no, he's not gonna be cool with you, I'm pretty sure. I've read about the guy. He doesn't seem like he'd love this.
No, he'd be quite the opposite. He'd fucking hate you.
I feel like your dude would not be chill about that. I would not be a fan.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. I don't know, it's just straight people. I just don't get it. I just don't understand these people. Like truly. It's like every day I'm like I look at people, I'm like, what are we doing here in this world?
The
Like what are
question
y'all
is
doing?
just, are the straights okay? And the answer is always no.
No. They're the
The
ones that
answer
are
is
wrecking
no.
this.
They are having such a hard time just existing and functioning.
Yeah. And like,
What a shame.
no, the gays are unbothered.
The gays are unbothered, and like
Until
not all of
until
them.
not all of them, of course. And it's
Not all of them.
I don't want to generalize. Like a majority of us are like unbothered. But then of course, like when you get in our space and you just wreck our shit, then that's a whole different story. But Jesus would be cool with us.
Just be chill. I think we'd get along. I think he seems like a nice guy. He's got. I can back a lot of his shit.
I
I
mean, I'm
love.
so go ahead, sorry.
No, I was gonna say I love the whole flipping the table and like being against taxation. Like, get it, boy. I love that. Do it
The
up, my guy.
the one thing that the conservatives are like are like all
Like
about.
pretending that didn't happen, and it's like, no, no. Jesus was not really cool on like landlords and taxation. Like he fucking thought you guys sucked.
Right, right.
But
But
like,
you
go
know,
off. I guess you're right. He would absolutely hate me.
right. Yeah, so why do we get on the topic of
I don't know,
religion?
because it's about babies and straight people. Like it's just a standard segue. You can't talk about babies without going into straight people.
If colonization never happened, do you know how many cultures, including mine, have just homosexuality in their pre-colonial days? And it's just like women were like always like the leaders and the thought leaders and all this shit. And then all of a sudden the Europeans are like, no.
Absolutely not. Like even like Vikings showed up and fucking colonizers were straight up like, we had to get rid of them because their long uncut hair was like just too arousing. And like the fact that they bathed and had great hygiene, like our women were far too interested in them, so we had to like kill them off immediately.
I think
And
it's
like
wild.
Vikings showed up, clean, long hair, saying that women were smarter, stronger, braver, and just better, and like should be the leaders because men were good at nothing besides like
hunting
brute
gathering.
force.
Yeah.
Dude, they were like, yeah, no, like women are the leaders. Like it's the god, like we worship the goddess. Like, yes, we bathe ourselves. And like if our women say no to something, then like it is immediately stopped, changed, and like reevaluated. And like like European, like the British colonizer men were like, absolutely the fuck not, kill them all. We cannot have our women getting thoughts.
It's crazy. It's absolutely batshit crazy. And again, it's a whole different world if we all just like stayed in our fucking
Mind your
boundaries,
fucking business.
physical
Like that's it.
boundaries.
Just mind your fucking business. How's that?
Now,
Better
now with the
world.
now with the internet, no one can mind their own fucking business. Everyone's
No.
in their own shit. Like everyone's like, oh, I'm better than this person, or oh, like this person's. Oh, shut up, shut up.
Shut up.
That's why I'm,
Simply be quiet.
that's why I'm only on Twitter, which isn't the best place, but
No.
I just follow pop culture on there now.
I
So
follow pop culture. I'm just gonna be playing my little Neopets.
yeah, so only God can judge all of us apparently. So
And whichever one you want, whoever you want it to be that casts your judgment. Pick a god, any god, or none of them. Who fucking cares?
the major religions, I'm just getting on a fucking tangent, have the same God. Like
Yep.
the major organized religions that are apparently at war against each other have the same God. Can
Well, yeah,
we
because they're like he had brown eyes, and they're like, he had blue eyes. So, and like they have to like kill each other over that. They're like, no, absolutely not.
like what are we doing? Our scriptures are all the same. But whatever. It's just the interpretation. I get that. I can't.
You guys mostly have the same rules.
Yeah. Literally. That's all.
The my little gay ass is just like really like the flowers, and when they tell me to like be nice.
That's fine. Every passing day, I'm like, what am I?
The trees tell me to be a good person, and I'm like, you got it. Do what I can.
Look,
I refuse to have pesticides on my lawn, even though I'm violently allergic to bee stings. I'm like, pollinator paradise. Be kind. Bugs infiltrate my house or sting me, and I'm like, let's relocate you. Let's get you somewhere else because this is dangerous to both of us. So let's just move you along.
only God can judge us.
I like to think most of my gods would think I'm cool.
You're fine. I'm not God, but
I'm not God, but I'm gonna go ahead and cast judgment. You're fine.
yeah. Jur's out on me, but you're good.
Jerry, no, my gods would be very good with you.
Yeah. Sure.
Your god seems like a good guy, and he really has like really defined lines of what your god has a problem with, and like you don't cross them. So your dude's chill with you too.
I try. But of course there are days where I'm like, I could not give a fuck about.
And like even then,
anything.
like you don't do anything that crosses his lines. Like even on your very like meanest worst day, you don't cross even the barest of his lines. You're like, good.
He
You
was,
know,
yeah.
you don't bring any harm onto others. That's
No, just
literally it. That's literally all that it takes.
just
To like just don't be a piece of shit. And like you're not, so you're good.
yeah, just to myself. But that's another story.
Just
That's what
yourself.
that's why I go to therapy every Friday at like in the afternoon. Okay. I'm calling this the last post because I gotta go.
Yes. Yes, I don't. So thank you.
I got a 2 p.m. training.
I
So
wanted to leave it on.
uh-huh.
Bringing it full circle back to what we were talking about. My baby is 1 month old. Is it normal for newborns to throw tantrums? Why is it easier to have a baby than it is to adopt a dog? Is it normal for my 1 month old to throw a tantrum? Do you mean cry?
I was like, just cry?
Do you
Like,
mean cry because they are uncomfortable and the just digestion is painful and just existing isn't great and they're an infant, so lights are very bright and very loud. Things are very loud. And do you mean cry?
I would assume it's crying. Like, I would assume like, okay, do people not now know that children or newborns, newly born humans were thrust out of the place that they were existing in for 9 months without
They were
obviously
in a
cognition.
very warm, quiet, wet space.
And
now they're out in a very bright, loud, dry, uncomfortable existence where like before they like their belly button just fed
Gave
them.
them
They were just
nourishment.
they were good. They were good. They didn't have to do anything. But it's theorized that one of the reasons babies cry a lot, like, is digestion is actually really painful. And as we age, like our bodies just get used to the digestive process, and it's no longer like a physical ailment that happens. But when you're first born and no longer receiving like basically like like
Hmm.
tube feeding, and you have to like go through digestion, that's like really painful of an adjustment.
Along with every other adjustment of existing. So
Like,
yeah,
yeah, dude, it's a newborn. There's fucking cries about everything.
I don't
I
know. I don't know why people are parents.
Why are you having a baby if you obviously immediately hate them?
But again, if you want the economical, political, I don't know if it's political, economical answer of why it's so easy to just have children rather than adopt, it's because people aren't having children as quick as we used to. Period.
Period.
Um, and so who cares is who's having children? They're just repopulating the earth. So, because we need a workforce at some point. So, but I wish though, I don't know if society's ever gonna come to this. Like, it's hard to like adopt children that are
Yeah.
already in existence. I I would love for some future generation to be like, we need to give y'all screenings before you guys can become parents.
Literally. Literally.
Because it's such a disservice to a kid. Because they didn't want to be here to begin with. I still don't want to be here to begin with.
I didn't ask for this shit.
I never asked for this.
I didn't
Like,
ask to have to grow up and have a mortgage.
I literally look in the mirror, I'm like, why am I here?
Why am I here existentially?
I literally am just like, why am I here? I never wanted this. But we're here.
But we're here.
But then for parents to be like, I gave you life type thing, like,
Oh
that
my God,
gaslighting.
yeah, dude, like act like it's a servitude, like an indentured servitude. Like I brought you here. And it's like, okay,
And
that
I
was
can
your
take
choice,
myself
babe.
out. I was like, I can take myself out if you want me to.
Bitch, we can play that game.
We can play that fucking game. Um, but again, just complaining that your 1 month old is having quote unquote tantrums. It's
Is it
crying.
normal for them to have throw tantrums like babe? Do you even cry? Because yes, it's normal.
All these women, I'm assuming they're women that 2023.
Typically.
They probably have had severe postpartum depression. Whether they
And like they don't get education on that either, so they don't know how to deal with it.
I don't even think there's any just education period on like what happens when someone's pregnant and right after.
Yeah. And
So
like there is, but you have to like seek out those services. They don't just offer them, which they should. Sorry, I saw Baz roll over.
yeah, I
Those
saw it.
services aren't just offered, and they should be. They need to be.
Funding,
Funding.
government funding, and that's where it gets political. That's where that whole thing becomes a whole different story, and then it's politics, and then it's every state, and then it's the federal government, and then it's the Supreme Court, and then all of a sudden it's like everything is all of a sudden just overturned.
This is done. No, just absolutely not.
Oh, good Lord.
On that note,
On
Maria
that,
has to return to a job. I have to go clean something, I guess. That's what I do now. I just clean things.
so only God can judge you,
It's
which doesn't mean that you can judge people, is the other side of that coin.
the other side of that coin.
But go off, I guess, straights. You guys can do whatever. So like, comment, subscribe. You can follow our Instagrams. You can email us at unhinged@gmail.com.
Give us your hot
Um,
takes.
would love a hot take about anything.
I'm gonna guess at least someone took offense to, if not most, at least some of what was discussed today. Go off about it. Pop off. Let's have a discussion.
And I love that.
I
This is why I
love that.
love the internet, because like I don't care for internet hate, as I've mentioned, I'm sure before, because it's like, why?
Why are you so upset about my personal opinion?
You don't know me. I don't know you. So you're acting a fool. So I'm gonna just respond appropriately.
I'll just remove myself. Thank you.
Yeah. So, would love that. If you just got offended about what I said, then you are the problem. Um, we do gameplays as well. So go watch those. And I think that's it.
Bye.
Okay, bye.